Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to North Blood. We are back on the New Japan Pro Wrestling save. I recorded the last video yesterday, and it went out just a few hours from when I'm recording this video. And I'm kind of I'm gonna try and do two at a time, so two Ring of Honor videos on TEW 2020, and then two New Japan videos. Obviously, this video we will be going through night 3 and 4 of the New Japan Cup, which will actually be getting the entire first round of the New Japan Cup finished. So big things in coming. Usually, I'd have something to say to get kind of into the video, but nothing. We've created a new storyline, but I don't want to spoil it too much, so I'm gonna keep it hush for now. We finally managed to cheer up one Hiroshi Tanahashi. He's not even shown up here, so he must be rather happy. There we go. Has morale issues. He's now annoyed. He's not angry. Basically, I learned that I obviously gave him I think it was $210, and he was still big mad. We gave him $178 bonus in a kind of lump sum, and he was fine with that. So, note to self: if I'm paying someone off to kind of chill out a bit, I've got to do it all at once. Which you might have already known that, you might not have. I have certainly just learned that. So, yeah. Every day is a school day. I probably should have just done a quick Google and read it or something, or something like that will have told me, but we move, we learn, and we just hopefully we don't piss anyone off too much, so that we need to pay them off again. But if we do, if it does come down to that, we'll know what to do. But I believe that's everything. That's all the backstage stuff sorted. It's surprisingly quiet for once. I mentioned in the last video that I was thinking about bringing on another broadcaster to help with different regions. Obviously, the video has only just gone live an hour ago, so maybe you've added a comment in that I just haven't seen yet. Maybe you'll give your opinion in the coming hours. If not, please let me know in this video in the comments if you think it's better to bring on a broadcast, and if there's something I'm doing wrong. Like I said, I'm still trying to learn the game, so if I am making a mistake, please just let me know. But that's all the kind of admin-y stuff sorted. So let's get into booking night 3 of the New Japan Cup. And we are back on a New Japan show. Obviously, on the pre-show, we've got 3 pre-show matches as usual, followed by the 6 main card matches. I believe all of the shows have been 3 pre-show, 6 main card. I might be wrong, but I believe it's a project a layout that's kind of worked so far. So I'm fine keeping it as is. And in the first match of the pre-show, Doki defeats Trey Miguel in around 10 minutes. Not the greatest match, not the greatest way to start the show. As I've said before, the pre-show for now, as well as the rest of the shows, really, is me trying to find to gauge how well a performer can do, to gauge where the average rating is. Trey Miguel and Doki getting the same rating of a 36. That is around what I was expecting for Trey Miguel, but actually better than I was expecting for Doki. So, I'm okay with that. It's not the best rated match. I think it's actually it might actually be the worst rated match we've got, but both of these guys are kind of project guys. So we've got some work to do, but it's not as bad as I was expecting it to be. That being said, the next match might be a lot worse. As no, it's the exact same, as we have two debuting tag teams, the Velocities, Paris De Silva and Jude London, going up against the rest of that Rascals faction, with the Rascals beating the Velocities in around 12 minutes. Zachary Wentz pinning Jude London. I originally had Desmond getting the pinfall, but Zachary Wentz had a creative finish that he came up with. It was a failure, which probably took some sting out of the match. But it wasn't. Most likely, Zachary Wentz isn't going to be picking up a victory anytime soon. So we may as well just use it in this kind of throwaway match. Velocities, both with the 36. Zachary Wentz with the 33. Desmond X with a 43. Obviously was the best man of the match. I believe I wasn't expecting anything from these four guys, especially not the Velocities. They did really, really well for a debut. I didn't really have any plans for either of these lot, but that's obviously going to change with surprisingly good results like that. It says the creative finish was a failure. I'm not sure if that. I would assume it took rating off the segment. It doesn't exactly say. Does it say it down here? The dirt sheet. Segment rating was penalized for a failed creative finish. Okay. Like I said, I wanted to use it now in a kind of throwaway match that isn't as important. Then, first of all, either waste a creative finish or use it in a more important match, which will hurt the segment rating more. But I'm happy with all four guys. And in the last match of the pre-show, which I mean, with a fairly decent rating, could have been on the main card, Chris Ridgway versus Davey Boy Smith. Davey Boy Smith getting the rub, winning with a running power slam. Chris Ridgway with a 38, Davey Boy Smith with a 47. I believe he got the exact same result in his last match, which is fine. Davey Boy Smith, we were expecting good things from him, with him having history in New Japan. Sorry. Chris Ridgway, he's obviously worked in Japan before, so I was expecting good things from him. A 38. We can definitely push him to a 40, given the right environment, so definitely happy with that. But there's not too much else to say. The pre-show is all done. Next up, the main card. And in our usual starter, we've got a kind of technical masterclass match. I mentioned it the last video. We're starting every main card off with a technical masterclass match. We have to have a technical match. And if the crowd is already kind of warmed up, a technical match just isn't going to work. So we're starting with a technical match at the beginning of every match. At the beginning of every show, sorry. This one, Jado facing off against Katsuyori Shibata, with Shibata winning in his return match, I believe. He was listed on the database as just a road agent. He was actually retired. I've changed that because we want him to work as a pro wrestler in this pro wrestling game, believe it or not. He can still go. He's we see him still kicking ass in AEW. So he's back from retirement and still putting on banging matches. Jado with a 39, not the greatest. We were expecting a similar level from him, but Shibata in his return match with a 60. We'll definitely take it. However, after the match, Kenta has an interview with Milano Collection AT. Kenta obviously not involved in this show tonight, but he's backstage. He gives an interview. He says that the match that's just happened, he's not happy with that. This issue with Shibata, it's much deeper than just faction, or it's much deeper than a simple falling out. This is personal. This is important to him. He doesn't want Bullet Club members in a match with Shibata. The only person he wants Shibata to face is him. So kind of sowing some seeds of discontent in the Bullet Club, but also showing that kind of personal beef between Kenta and Shibata. A 75 rating, better than we were expecting. Kenta needs to be kept on a script. Imagine how great this segment would have been if we had Kenta on a script. Could have been 80s. That's probably ambitious, but I'm big on Kenta. I'm a big Kenta fan. But with that interview done, we move on to the tag match of the Bullet Club contingent of Fale and Tamatonga versus the Chaos guys, Ishii and Yano, with the Chaos group beating the Bullet Club. Ishii pinning Bad Luck Fale with a brainbuster. Ishii carrying the match in terms of performance. He very much did. He was almost at a 70 from an aging guy as well. He's I believe this is completely going off topic, but Ishii is currently tag champ at 50. I swear he's 50 years old. What a top boy, still putting in performances. He's 5 years younger here, so that's probably why the rating's so good. I don't think he's going to be doing that well for us 5 years down the line in this save. But that was completely off topic. I just wanted to praise Ishii, a big fan of him. Held up his end of the bargain, carried the match. Fale was the weakest link, but still put in a good performance. Same with Tonga and Yano. Just kind of continuing that kind of faction warfare from the last video. It'll run through the New Japan Cup, Bullet Club versus Chaos. You'll see different members of the stables going up against each other. But that's kind of the big picture. Chaos Bullet Club leading towards, definitely will appear more towards the end of the tour. After the tag match, we are back with the New Japan Cup. As always, I will put the New Japan Cup bracket in the bottom right hand corner so you can keep up, see what happened last time if you missed it, see who's facing off this time. And in the first match, in a banging match, we have Shingo Takagi defeating Sho in around 40 minutes with a Made in Japan. Really impressive performances from both guys. Shingo pushing 70s, we can definitely use that. And Sho in the 50s. I've seen... so the person who I got this idea off for this save was Max Marvelous Productions. And in his save, Sho and Yo, at the very beginning at least, were so bad. So a 57 is very surprising. I wasn't expecting it. We will definitely take that. Shingo advances in the tournament though, defeating Sho. Rocky Romero did good work at ringside. Sho and Rocky have a pretty good chemistry. Definitely good news with the stuff we have planned. In the next New Japan match, in another 60 rated match, Sanada defeats Ryusuke Taguchi. This I did think about having a technical match because both of these guys are good technical wrestlers. But like I said, it would have been awkwardly placed. The fans would make it would feel disjointed to the fans having a technical masterclass match later on in the night. Hence why the technical match was Jado versus Shibata. But even in a regular match, both guys killed it. Taguchi with a 50, Sonata with a 65. Sonata, again, another guy we can use straight away with performances like that. So, very good. We were very happy with this episode so far. I feel like this can be our best one yet. Next up. Okay, this is very confused because I'm seeing a lot of red. In case you haven't noticed, my eyes go straight to the bottom to see what's showing up. And I'm seeing a lot of red, but I'm also seeing a almost 80 segment rating. The way I've set out this segment, obviously dramatic acting from two guys, character development from Naito. After Sonata has won his New Japan Cup match, same with Shingo Takagi, Tetsuya Naito, our double champ, comes out with kind of both belts and kind of just kind of gives both guys a tap on the arm, gives them a nod. He's very mob bossy. That's probably not a word, but you'll know you know what I mean. Of course you do. He's coming off. He's the boss. He's praising his two guys. He is the motherfucking guy. He'll be dressed up in a suit. He's got both belts with him. He looks bad ass, and he's kind of nodding to his two kind of heavies. Like fair play. I'm very happy with that segment rating. We need to keep Sonata and Shingo on a script, and Naito off a script. Things we can learn, we can use for later on down the line. But very happy with that overall. Definitely some character development going on there. After this, in our worst New Japan match of the night, Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Taichi. Taichi defeating Tanahashi in a match that's cut short due to Hiroshi Tanahashi picking up an injury. The fans were turned off by the end of by the finish. It's understandable, but Tanahashi injured Taichi with a 50, Tanahashi with a 76. With his age, that's a very good fucking result. We won't say too much, but Hiroshi Tanahashi injured, and he's looking to be out for a few months at least. Never something you want with him being such a star, but it is what it is. And after the match has ended, after the referee's called it off, he's put up the X. Tanahashi's down now. We'll say it's a knee injury or like cruciate ligament, ACL, something like that. Kota Ibushi, obviously Hiroshi Tanahashi's tag partner in the save. He comes out. He kind of checks on Tanahashi. He gives him a shoulder and helps him to the back. With the injury, I didn't want it to just be okay. He's injured and he's out for a couple months. He will be out for a couple months, but I kind of wanted Ibushi to kind of look like he cares about his tag partner. It kind of gives Ibushi some shine from such a kind of dark event. Not that it's a super dark event. I'm acting like it's more dramatic than it is, but it gives Ibushi some shine in another good segment. And Ibushi may as well have stayed out there because his match is up next against Zack Sabre Jr. With Ibushi defeating Jr. in 22 minutes trying to steal the show. It says it went on too long. Oh shit, I've done it again. If you've seen my last video, not my last video, my video with the Ring of Honor save, I have this problem where I'm trying to click slow build for the matches and I accidentally click all out. This happened again. It was meant to be a slow build and pick up steam as it was going on, but I accidentally pressed the wrong button again. So my apologies. This could have done really, really well if I actually pressed the right button. But it is what it is. I really need to sort that out. I really do. My apologies. But both guys putting in great performances. Zack Sabre Jr. with a 66. I don't have my glasses on. I thought he got an 86 there. I was going to praise him for outperforming Ibushi. That's not the case. Ibushi with a 76. Both guys very good, doing very good work. Both guys, people that we definitely want to build the company around going forward. So, good. But Kota Ibushi is the one that advances. And that is the end of the show. 70 rated, that's our best show yet. I was kind of expecting that with the good results. Oddly enough, I believe Kota Ibushi, Zack Sabre Jr. is our best match yet. I might be wrong. The tag match from a couple weeks ago, or episodes ago, sorry, springs to mind because that was really good. I think the one with Okada and Jay White in it, I believe, was very good. So I might be wrong, but that's definitely one of our higher rated matches. Unfortunately, we would have gained popularity in US regions, Canada regions, and Oceanic regions, but restricted due to the limited number of viewers there. What the fuck is going on? I definitely need to have a look into this. I need a US broadcast company, a Canadian, and an Oceanic, because this is it's taking the piss. We can pick up popularity, we can pick up views, we can pick up momentum, but the broadcasting is what's letting us down. So, like it happened the last video. I'm gonna do it this video. I said at the start of the video, hey, I'll see what the comments say. I'm just gonna go for it because this can't go on. So we'll see you in a bit. I'm gonna go and sign some broadcasters. You know what? I'll just leave it in the video. I'm gonna sign some broadcasters for the US, Canada, and Oceanic regions. I'll show you what I'm doing, and then it'll be into night 4 of the New Japan Cup. So we're here in the broadcasting area. I'm just looking through them for the Oceanic regions. We've got YouTube Premium and just YouTube, which tiny. Obviously, we can't use a WWE network. Sky 5 would get us some good viewing in New Zealand, but just New Zealand. The rest of the Oceanic regions wouldn't get anything. New Japan World doesn't do, I believe, tiny in everything, and that's it. So we can go through with Sky 5, but only New Zealand's gonna benefit. Not pass all the requirements. What are the requirements? Fox 8. What are your requirements? Popularity. We just need to get our popularity up, and then we can sign up with one of the bigger cable companies. But for now, you know what? Sky 5. Just for the sake of it. Because I'm really upset at constantly getting the same negative markers for at the end of every show. We'll hope this does a bit better. 2 highlights for Sky 5. That's for the oceanic regions. Next up, Canada. Oh, Christ, there's a lot for Canada. Not interested. Lots of people aren't interested. The zone, but again, very small. Everywhere. It's very small, bigger than tiny. I'm not sure. Makeful, commercial terrestrial channel, tiny for everything. New Japan World, tiny for everything. Rogers TV, tiny for 2. Small, that they're against wrestling, so that's not going to go well. Sport against wrestling. TLN, very small / tiny, neutral for wrestling. We could go for that just for 2 highlights again, and it's YouTube Premium. So I think we're very limited on choice, so we can't really complain. TLN, 2 highlights, new deal. We're not paying anything. Like we can change to late night. We can. We're not paying you anything because chances are it's only going to be 1 year. So then hopefully by the end of that year, our popularity is up a bit and then we can change to something a bit better. And last but not least, the US of A. Again, we're going to get rejected by a lot. B in sports, no. Bravo against wrestling. Why put these up if they're against wrestling? I don't get it. El Rey Network, tiny. We just need something that'll take us and isn't against wrestling. Very small. Again, what's bigger, tiny or small? I'm not sure. I would assume small is bigger than tiny. But My Network TV looks like it could be a viable option. Pop, very small. Which one was better? Small, whereas Pop is very small. So My Network's still the leading runner. Sci-Fi, small. Pro Wrestling, high risk. What is My Network TV? Medium risk. So again, My Network TV still leading the charge. That doesn't even do anything. Oh, Puerto Rico, very small. I didn't say anything. I was like, what's the point of that being in the database if it's pointless? But it's not. So, but that's to the end of it. My Network TV is going to be the winner. Just for 2 highlights, I've never heard of this in my life, so it doesn't really matter. But again, if it helps with the popularity, it helps with the popularity. There we go. Now, with that all sorted, I'll bring up another point. I'll waffle on for a bit longer, but obviously we've changed things in our inner circle to keep people happy to make decisions. We have chosen Katsuyori Shibata as our head of talent relations. Where is he? He's not there. Why isn't he there? He's not. He's currently held by Katsuyori Shibata. He's not kicking about. Anyway, I'm not sure why he's not there. But clearly, lots of people don't like Katsuyori Shibata. Will Ospreay, morale issues coming from Shibata's assignment. Same with Kevin Kelly. Same with Yuji Nagata. Same with Satoshi Kojima. Same with Taichi. Same with Yujiro Takahashi. Loads of these guys. Bad Luck Fale, another one of them. All of these guys are unhappy with Shibata being head of talent relations. But we can't get rid of him because he's not there. How like, how do I get rid of them? Do I have to go into the roster? Katsuyori Shibata. I'm not sure. Contracts. Because I don't even remember assigning him that. Sorry, it's hard to read and talk at the same time. I don't remember assigning him that job, so I'm not sure why he's there. But he is, and we can't get rid of him. Very strange. How do we not fire him? How do we get him out of the job? Reset. He's not there unless I'm blind. Like I said earlier, I don't have my glasses on, but he's not there. So how do we? We're gonna try adding someone else. In that role and hope that it just works. Jushin, your new head of talent. I'm trying to remove him, but I can't. This is daft. Like I said, I'm begging you lot to help me because Shibata is not going to work well in that role. So please let me know how to remove him. We might have more people to add to the booking team as well. No, none of the guys are really. You know what? We'll add Kobayashi to the team because why not? But that's our booking team for. I brought some new guys in. I hope they were going to be good for booking. They clearly aren't. But that is the bulk of the backstage stuff, the admin stuff sorted before night 4. So let's get on with night 4. And night 4 commences, obviously, with the pre-show match. 2 of our young lions, Luke Jacobs, obviously we've brought him in recently, but with him in the infancy of his career in 2020, he will obviously be treated as a young lion as well. So 2 young lions going up against each other. I'm just gonna start calling him Yuya from now on because you heard what difficulty I had pronouncing his name in the last episode, so I'm not even gonna try anymore. Yuya defeats Luke Jacobs with a Boston Crab, perhaps the most young lion-esque finisher there is. In 12 minutes, Yuya in the 30s again. He got 32 last time, got 32 this time. Luke Jacobs was really off his game, under 20. Not what we want to see. Maybe the big stage is getting to him. I'm not sure. Hopefully we can start to elevate him eventually. But he is the youngest of young lions, so he will just take some getting used to. We're not expecting great things from these guys, not at least early on. But a 30 from Yuya is manageable. In the second match of the pre-show, again, 4 young lions, 4 New Japan's own. I feel like I'm using a lot of brought in guys in the pre-show. That's just to kind of get a gauge on how well they're doing. We've kind of been neglecting our homegrowns. So Clark, Connors and Coughlin versus Carl Fredericks and Yota Tsuji. Just get everyone a run out, get everyone's legs going. Clark Connors and Alex Coughlin in the 30s. Carl Fredericks, very high, almost in the 40s. Yota Tsuji, not as much, 28, but we can still work. Overall, it was a fairly good match, especially for guys of this stature. So we can't complain too much about the pre-show matches. All we're trying to do is kind of bump up the ratings, get them more experienced, and it'll come in time. But expect to see these 4 guys facing off with each other in various formats for the next year or so. And in an okay, this is confusing. We've got Robbie Eagles. This is on the pre-show. Robbie Eagles versus Amazing Red in a really good match. We've got Robbie Eagles on a 50. Robbie Eagles winning on a 50. Amazing Red on a 42. First of all, I feel like Amazing Red should be doing a lot better than that. I'm not a big fan of the guy personally, but he is a hell of a pro wrestler. That can't be denied. So I was expecting more than a 42. And Robbie Eagles, this is what's confusing me, because in the episode was the last episode? Yeah. In 2 shows ago, in the last episode, he was on a 23. He done really bad, so that's a strange. I was expecting another rating in the 20s for Eagles. So this is a pleasant surprise, and definitely something we want to keep going. But this probably should have been on the main card. We might live to regret that, because we don't have the strongest of main cards today. Maybe this will come back to bite us. But speaking of the main card, let's get into it now. Our first match sees the Suzuki-Gun pairing of El Desperado and Kanemaru versus the kind of makeshift tag team of Ryu Lee and Sobrano Jr. I'm saying that right? Sobranan. I really need to start wearing my glasses when reading stuff. But Ryu Lee and Sobrano Jr. defeating Despy and Kanemaru. I really don't like the fact that I've done this. I hate in pro wrestling when a makeshift tag team defeats an established tag team. So I hate that I've done this, but we really want to kind of gas up Ryu Lee. He's obviously the one getting the pinfall and carrying the match in terms of in-ring performance. Sobrano Jr. is struggling, which he was only on a 40, so we can't really complain too much. But Ryu Lee kicked ass, 61. We'll love to see it. Despy and Kanemaru, both on 50s. Again, we love to see it. They're going to do really good things in the junior heavyweight division, so I'm very happy with this. This was, of course, our technical match of the night. All 4 guys, usually when you think technical match, you think of Shibata, Zack Sabre Jr., the likes. But all 4 of these guys had decent technical. Not so much Sobrano Jr. and not so much Kanemaru, but Despy and Ryu Lee both had really good technical abilities. So I thought, stick them in a match. And Ryu Lee carried and won for his team. But definitely going to be building up Despy and Kanemaru in the coming months. After this, we have a very strangely placed match. Jay White versus Will Ospreay. Jay White defeating Will Ospreay in 20 minutes with a Blade Runner with a 74 rating. Both guys in the 70s. Will Ospreay outperforming Jay White. The way this I didn't put it in the match because I didn't know how which section to put it as, but it's a very hijinkery finish. That's not a word, but I'm making it a word. We have Jay White kind of in the ropes. Will Ospreay kind of goes at him. The referee separates the two. Jay White uses a Bullet Club shirt to throw at Will Ospreay. It kind of covers Will Ospreay's head a bit. Will Ospreay's kind of discombobulated. Jay White sneaks up Blade Runner to get the win. A really good match. And I'm happy with both guys. This is definitely going to... I was worried about the rating for today. This very well might... It was better than the main event from the last night's show. So a very well might be our best match so far, 74. Good. After the match, Jay White cuts a promo backstage. It's obviously going to be backstage, a typical New Japan backstage promo, in which he runs down Kazuchika Okada in particular. He says Okada hasn't learned from his lessons. Obviously, Jay White turned on Okada a little while ago, along with Jado and Gato turning their backs on Okada. He says he still hasn't learned. Whispers backstage say that his own guys aren't his guys anymore, and that he needs to keep an eye on his stablemates, lest another betrayal take place. Just kind of teasing him, trying to get in his head. Like I said in the last video, the Bullet Club had tried to play with Chaos members, trying to get them to overthink, trying to get them to second guess each other. And who better to do that than Jay White? He's trying to have Okada on strings here. Another good segment, right? And Jay White, I feel like he can do very good things for us. After this, our first match, first New Japan Cup match of the night, with Yo versus Bushi. Bushi winning in 15 minutes. It was a high spot match. I'm not sure if this would have helped or hindered the match being placed where it was, but it was perfect for both guys, so I decided to give it a go. Yo with a 48, lagging fairly far behind Show's rating, which is strange. Bushi with a 54, a lot better than I was expecting out of him. Not that Bushi is a bad performer, I love Bushi, but I wasn't expecting them to be so highly favoured. But a fairly valid match. Rocky Romero doing some good work at ringside. You love to see it. Next New Japan Cup match is actually worse. Hiroyoshi Tenzan defeating Yoshihashi. I was gonna say a really bad match. It's not a really bad match. It's just a meh match, a throwaway match. I was expecting Yoshihashi to be rated more poorly than what he is, because I personally don't rate Yoshihashi. He's just there most of the time. But Tenzan with a 48, Hashi with a 47. There's not too much to say. This is literally just a New Japan Cup match, a throwaway New Japan Cup match that no one's going to really remember. In oddly a more thrilling performance, Satoshi Kojima versus Evil ends with Evil getting the pinfall to advance in the tournament. Evil pushing the 60 rating. Okay, I said, I believe in our goals when I was addressing the goals for this series. I wanted to make Evil a legit threat, or give him a little push, a major push. Sorry, if he continues to putting in shifts which are pushing 60s, we can definitely do that. I was expecting him to be in the 40s, so I'm not mad at that. And another decent match. And finally, in our main event, Hiroki Goto gets the win over Yujiro Takahashi. This was a weirdly placed one. I didn't want it to be our main event because I didn't expect the other matches to do so well. Like I said, I wasn't expecting Evil to pull that performance out of the bag. I wasn't expecting Bushi to do that well. I thought this was going to be a fairly dead night. So this is why that's why this match is main eventing. We don't want to have Yujiro Takahashi main eventing many shows. Nothing on the guy. He's an alright worker. With buckets of charisma, I'll give him that much. But he shouldn't be in the main event. This is just because we were booked into a corner. But Goto defeating Takahashi to move on in the tournament. Both guys visibly tiring towards the end, so we need to keep them less than 16 minutes. We know for next time. And to end the show in a rather poor segment for the New Japan save, we have Evil and Hiroki Goto going face to face. Both guys will be going up against each other in the next round of the New Japan Cup tournament when that happens. So I felt like this was just a good way to kind of tease the next round. Both guys going through. That's going to be a hell of a match, especially with Evil's performance tonight and Hiroki Goto, ever the reliable guy. So, yeah. And that is the end of the show. 65, I believe, our worst show yet, but not by much. It's not a bad show. Overall, the Jay White Will Ospreay match definitely carrying the night. Very happy with both of those guys. Big plans for both of those guys. It wasn't a bad match. It wasn't a bad night. Sorry, just a rather throwaway, unmemorable occasion. We are still struggling with popularity, but I believe the broadcasting, it might not even help the broadcasters we've signed because they're not doing much, but anything's better than nothing. Hopefully we can grow the popularity a bit and then start signing major deals. And hopefully the smaller deals will help us get there. But yeah, not what we want to see. More red on the bottom of our screen. But that's just being pedantic. We've got a lot to look forward to. This save's going really well. I'm very happy with the New Japan save. First of all, the ratings are doing well. The storylines are getting there. The New Japan Cup's feeling like a success. And also the videos are doing really well. So I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. More New Japan content to come if it's getting loads of love. But that is the end of this one. I have obviously put two nights in one. I'm not sure if it'll work. I'm not sure if this will continue because I believe this will be getting to around a 15-minute video. If you want to see these being, one night at a time or 2 nights at a time, let me know. I feel like the 2 nights will be better for me, but I'm obviously here to cater for the audience. So just let me know. But that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're excited for round 2 of the New Japan Cup, which will be coming soon. So stay tuned. Hope you're all happy, healthy, and doing well. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.